Greetings, everyone. This is Payman Rose, your host, your friend, and coach. Today, we're kicking off the bonus Q&A call for week 3 of the Profitable Podcast Academy, class of December 2025 for the US, Canada. And yeah, let's get going. Bring on your questions, guys, about week 3 or anything since the beginning.
Okay, so going back to my little question page here.
Sure.
All right, so I know I put in the chat and you responded.
Mm-hmm.
Told me I was getting closer.
Yeah. Your value statement.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the word work. I had so many different words, but you said to take out work,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just pulling it up. And it was okay, yeah. And I asked about the SEO because I missed that. I wasn't sure what that was. So
Mm-hmm.
search engine optimization.
Yep.
Um, all right, so you had recommended coach or
Sure.
lead.
Really, you
I
can
think
use
lead.
either.
Yeah, okay.
Use
Um,
whichever resonates most with you and your audience.
right, okay.
Yeah. Lead, guide, even coach.
Yeah.
What do you do in your work day to day? Do you lead? Do you guide? Do you coach? Or even if you teach, if that's what you do, by all means use it.
Okay.
Use a language that the parents you work with are familiar with.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like from what I've done so far, I'm really guiding. It's been more
Okay,
of a guide.
there you go. A
You
guide,
know?
a
Like
mentor, an activator, big brother, big sister, whatever.
right. Okay. Um, okay. And then I watched obviously all the it being Money Week. I did join the a bunch of Facebook like groups, mom groups and different I think I joined like 3 groups that like
Okay.
spoke to me.
Mm.
Um Still working on the I guess fine tuning my offer.
Mhm.
Um
Hmm.
because I think I had I guide parents of children ages 7 to 12. I was saying I was cultivating emotional safety, so I'm still working on, you were saying to reframe that so it's clearer and more of a direct message,
Yes.
which,
So as I mentioned last week, identify what is the exact words that the parents you talk to all day long. What words do they use? And that's something that you just next time you talk to the parents, pay attention to what words they use, what words you use to them. Uh, so yeah, and then use the same language. So when
right.
they hear your message online, your marketing, they see it, whatever, they feel, wow, she understands me. She speaks my language. It's exactly what I've been, facing. And all the pain points you mentioned last time, use those. Use those in your marketing and your messaging because you want to replay back to them. Remember what one of the quotes I shared with you guys? If you can explain to them their problem better than they can do, it's game over. And you're only going to be able to do that once you deeply, deeply understand what is the problem they're facing. And that's why it's so important to it based on your zone of genius, because it's something that you yourself have overcome or you're going through all day, every day. For example, you with interactions with the parents.
Right.
So make mental notes each time you talk to the parents. What words, what language are they using?
Well, I mean, the word I get a lot is testimony. I mean, not testimony, presence. Then I have parents talk about, I'm looking at her through my lens.
Mm,
So my response is the reaction that they're getting is they're responding with how they feel, so that's some of the words
yeah,
that, like, if you can I read something to you and you tell
please,
me, like, okay.
please.
So one of my parents, I'm looking
Mm,
over like things that were said to me, like
mm,
testimonials and like to try to get some lingo. So it was like, Diana helped me truly understand my daughter and myself.
mhm.
Um, if you're looking for someone to guide you through the difficult steps of understanding your child's emotion, Diana is the one for you. When my daughter was 8 years old, I was struggling to find the right tools to support her socially. I was teaching her in the only way I knew through my own lens, but we have very different views. I love that about her, but it made it hard for me to relate to my daughter.
Mm.
Diana opened my eyes to a completely new way of understanding. For example, I would encourage her to attend birthday parties, to be social and make friends, telling her if you don't go, who's going to come to yours. I thought I was teaching her about being fair and right, but what she told me was she didn't feel comfortable going and she was confident in her choice.
Mm.
Instead of seeing this as resistance, Diana helped me recognize it as confidence and self-awareness. She showed me that my daughter was already making strong, healthy decisions for herself. Because of Diana, I learned to view parenting through a new perspective where she brought me clarity and confidence to both of us.
Perfect. Blast that on, on your social media and then reverse engineer that. Use the words she's using to describe you and your marketing and your everything, you know?
So, right, that's where I got guide.
Yes. Share
I don't,
that, copy paste that, please, in the chat, and I'll
okay,
dissect it for you and I'll just create something for you based on that.
okay.
Cool. Awesome. I just shared this here. Okay.
Um,
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay. And let me check the chat from. So what you mentioned, Diana, presence, looking at them to my lenses, how they feel. These are gold. Use these in your marketing and all that because you want to replay back to them, relay back to them. The best marketing is when you use the exact same lingo that they're using themselves all day long. That's why it's important to speak about something that you yourself have overcome successfully, or if it's your professional work that you like pay close attention to the words, to the lingo that they are using, and
yeah,
simply use it back, not use it back, relay it back to them through your marketing. So this way, when they see, hear, or listen to your message, it's going to go straight to their soul, to their heart. Say, wow, she understands me. She speaks my language. And that applies to all of us.
right. And I feel like understanding a child's emotions is more digestible than emotional safety.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes. That's what
Emotional
I meant to be
safety
more
is like,
specific. Yes.
yeah, it's like scary. Parents get like, what does that mean? But meanwhile, so when I say your child's emotions, they're like, oh, right.
Yeah, because remember, it's about the child. It's not
Right,
about their dog or their car or whatever.
right.
So look
I
at
was just
the test.
writing the
Look at,
chat.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
was just pointing out that the understand is a word that your client used in that testimonial. Help me to
Mm,
understand. And you've used it numerous times. Now she's understanding. I think that's really a key one, a key word for you to use.
please, as I mentioned, please share that testimonial you just read and the chat because there's plenty of gold in that.
Okay.
And
Oh, you
then,
mean now, right now?
Well, right now, today,
Oh,
whatever. Yeah, yeah. And then by tomorrow, when we wake up,
okay.
I'll create something around that for you.
Okay. I'm just doing it right now.
Okay, cool.
Um, okay. I think I just cut off the first sentence though.
Yes.
Did I? Okay, let me just see what the first sentence was. Oh, if I think I have you're looking. Well, she in her subject, she wrote, Diana helped me truly understand my daughter and myself.
Yeah, that's it.
So let's see.
And if his first sentence was if you're looking for, that's perfect. Put it, use it. That could be even your headline.
Right. Okay. And then the other thing I learned is, let's see if I can pull this up. How do I, can I, am I gonna lose you on my computer? If I, let me see. Um, I gotta find, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There was something, I don't know where I put it now. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, I know. Now I can't come back to you. How do I come back to you? What did I do?
Come back to what?
Can you see me?
Yeah.
I know, but now I can't see you. So how do I go back to seeing you?
Now we
Mm,
see you and we hear you well.
oh, okay. Okay, so something else that resonated was, let's see. Okay, most children aren't struggling due to defiance or lack of motivation. They're struggling because something inside them is asking to be understood.
Okay. Who's saying that? Is that what the parents are saying? Is that what you noticed yourself?
What I noticed, but I
Okay.
didn't know if that was like negative when I say, because a lot of parents or even teachers think it's like defiance or not motivated, which I mean, children are different today than they were 10 years ago. But
Hmm.
overall, whenever I see a child, you know, withdraw or anything like that, I always feel that something inside of them,
Hmm.
you know, is asking to be understood, like they're feeling not enough, or this person's smarter, or why is this so hard, you know, anything like that.
Yeah. Well, if they saying that, then you can use that in at the start of your marketing where you simply defining the problem explaining the problem.
Right. Okay.
Because remember, our first task as a coach, as a guide, as a mentor, as an activator is to educate. So, what is a problem? Why the problem is in the first place? What's going to happen if they don't take any drastic action?
Right.
Very painful, vivid way. So, when they fully realize the caliber of the problem, the seriousness of the problem, they will come themselves. They will ask, wow, it's a lot more serious than I thought. How do I fix this, Diana? How do you fix this? Please help me. Without
Right.
even
Okay.
you having to, the more we educate our audience, the more it's going to become automatic and natural for them to look at you as the person to help them solving this.
Right. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean that makes sense. I
Because before you
I
can even talk about your program, remember that quote I shared? Your customer, your client has to care about the problem before they care about you, your offer, or your solution. And we do that by educating them. And once you've achieved that, the next step is for you to give them, make them realize, understand, and believe and see that they can do it. Give them a taste of a win as soon as possible, no matter how small as possible. Always
right.
remember these
Okay.
two tasks: one, educate, and two, make them believe, understand, and realize they can do it. Because the ultimate question, the last hurdle before they open their wallet is, can I do it? Is this going to work for me? I'm sure
Right.
you
Okay.
had that question too before you joined this program or any program in your life. Can I do it? That's the ultimate question.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you're not gonna sign
exactly.
in. Yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
I went through too a lot of things that have been told to me, and I made a list to kind of help
Mm.
me maybe with verbiage, like the consequences of inaction. Because I had a parent once say to me, "Well, if I don't do this now, if I don't make this shift within myself, like what could happen?" She literally asked me that question. So I said, things like, there's a disconnection from her authentic self. She's learning to suppress her feelings and then she'll, take on adaptive behaviors. And I kind of kept it light, like,
Mhm.
people pleasing or becoming like a perfectionist. Um,
You know, one thing you can do, Diana, is these are amazing. When you go back to school to work, when you have
yeah.
conversation with parents, ask them, "Hey, what would happen if nothing is done?" And then and gather all this feedback, all this data. When you run your own 5 day challenge, make one of the days where you talk only about that. What would
You
happen
mean
if,
like inaction, you mean?
yes, the cost of inaction? What's going to happen if, as a parent, you do not take care of that? What's going to happen? And that's you just relay back to them all the top 3 or 4 reasons that you've heard from the parents yourself in your interactions with them. So you have an advantage over all of us is that you are dealing with your prospects all day long professionally.
Right.
So
Right.
make mental notes.
Yes, right. Yeah, no, like parents keep, treating the symptom and not the root. And
Yeah.
then, um, what was it? Low self-esteem. Then it was also like they have the power struggle at home. And then I talked about like one of the days I said like connection over control,
Yep.
and all that really is underneath the control part is just the parents' own like fear, you know. And then the other thing I touched on, which I didn't know if it was going to be received, is basically there's a fantasy in their mind of how they thought this would go,
Mm,
reference to like it's very different from how I learned it. It's very different when you are pregnant than when your child comes into the world.
sure.
You have this idea and this fantasy and the Hallmark card and what it's going to look like, and Johnny's going to play the piano and whatever. And then all of a sudden, life is lifing, and your child doesn't want to play the piano anymore, or this happens or that happens. And that's where like there's some resistance.
Mhm.
Whereas a parent needs to see the child for who they are and not be attached to the fact that Johnny's not playing, piano anymore,
Mm.
which that's known as like the fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. Just tell them back exactly what they've been telling you.
Right. So I thought when I go back to school on Monday to get like fresh data,
Yeah.
to see about the parent workshops that they keep talking about, they're doing, they're not doing, like to make it happen and then send out a like Google form, to all the parents and then have them list some of the things that like pain points, things that they need help with. And then we can begin by even, that's where I'd get some data in reference to like workshop ideas and,
That would
the
be
5 days.
golden for you. That would be golden and valuable. Yes.
Right. Right. Okay.
And then save them and basically have your marketing written for you.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then I guess I looked at themes too, like behaviors of communication, like nervous system, repairing over perfection, boundaries without loss of communication. So these were just some ideas like um yeah, okay. So I feel like um I feel like my consequences of an action, there's a lot of stuff I can pull from that,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
Because again, my experience is just very like that thing, that testimonial I just read to both of you, that was like after a 20-minute meeting that parent went home and like shifted.
It would be even better now from Monday onward if you can get those on a video, like a
I know,
60
I
second
know,
video.
I know you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's what I said to you. I watched your videos when people were talking about the 5 day challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you.
And everyone, there's like such a theme with you, Payman, which I mean, I'm sure you're aware of, but it's just so nice to see. And it's so, I mean, I remember the first time I met you, it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So here we are 2 years later, and it's just such a theme. It's just like how everyone just really speaks about your generosity and your
Thank
heart.
you.
And
Yeah.
I think that's just, so beautiful because it's
Thank you.
you just exude that with such a, like such a light over you and just coming from such a good place as opposed to, you know, any other feeling. And it's what everybody else says, So it was so nice to watch that. And
Thank you.
uh, yeah, so I just wanted to share.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, so use exactly. You have an incredible advantage of all of us is that you're dealing on a day-to-day basis and you're getting paid for it, you know, to
Yeah.
talk to your prospect all day long, to make mental notes. Have a little notepad with you all day long and just jot down whatever comes to mind and just at the end of the day, just that's your marketing. And you can just create a short video each day going live 5, 10 minutes, what you learned today, what parents told you, what pain point parents have. So your
Right.
marketing is done for you. You have you have no idea how much of an advantage you have over all of us.
Yeah, I know. I feel lucky that I mean, I get the data. Like that's how it
Mhm.
came to me. Original idea. I said I'm in a lab. Like I feel like I'm in like a lab every day where I get so
Mhm.
much, you know, and I used to separate the two, thinking, do I want to leave teaching and do coaching? And then I realized I don't need to separate it. I can just incorporate it together
That's
because
it.
I almost feel like without being in the classroom, I wouldn't really have these data points or these, this lab, so to speak, to really see frontline what children are going through or what they are experiencing, what they're afraid to say.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, the number one thing is a child stops expressing when they don't feel safe or seen or heard, so to speak. And then they just kind of like bury that.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Any other questions, Diana? Should we move on
Uh,
to Lorna?
no, I think I'm good.
Awesome.
I don't
Awesome.
know how to get back to you guys. I can't see you, but I'll figure it out.
Okay. You can just leave the chat and join right back in.
Yeah, I thought about that, but
Yeah.
mm,
Lorna,
don't know.
what's up?
Good, thank you. Just a quick, Diana, are you on a phone? Are you on your,
I'm on my desktop and
is
I just
there a,
I minimized you guys so I could get into my documents and my other things. And now I'm like, wait, how do I get back to you?
are you on a Mac?
Yeah,
I am.
Look on the
Look-
bottom right-hand corner, things that you minimize usually go to the very bottom of your screen,
click
like
on
where the trash
F3.
bin is.
Click on F3 on your
Oh,
keyboard, F3, and it shows all the windows, and just click on the one.
There you guys
oh,
are.
cool.
There you
Hmm.
go.
F3, good to know. I'll keep that
This
in
is
mind too.
wait, I gotta write that down. And this is the person that's gonna be having a 5-day challenge. I'll be like, oh my goodness, where is everybody?
Make sure this doesn't happen during the within the challenge,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Hmm,
But if it
hmm.
happens, guess what? You can use
I know.
that
You
to
gotta
make
go with
yourself
it.
more relatable. How many other people have the same? Because the more perfect you are, the more you have a disconnect with the audience. It's okay. Show them your vulnerabilities, your weaknesses. If you have a child, if you have a cat or whatever dog coming in, let them see it.
Oh no, my weakness would definitely be my
That's
techiness or
fine.
not.
Embrace it. That
Hmm.
makes you more humane.
Yes.
Seriously. All right, glad that we found you were able to find us
Thank
again.
you.
Well,
F3. Okay. And
yes.
That's
then
true.
Laura,
That's good.
you had said the bottom right. It
If
takes
you
you
look on
back.
the, like at the very bottom of your screen, do you see where all of the different icons are for all of
Yeah.
your applications that you've got? When you minimize something, usually it goes to the very bottom of
Yeah.
the,
Okay. Got it.
you often click on there.
Okay. Thank you.
But F3, now we both learned something. Thank you, Payman.
You're
Um,
welcome.
Mine, I think, is a quick question, and just in terms of doing the 5-day challenge, and then in terms of the offer to do, is it really, is that our time to then to do our like our signature program, however many months it is, or is there a recommendation for that process of some people call it an ascension model that you start them off on something small and then bigger and
Yeah, the
bigger and
value
bigger and
ladder.
bigger.
The
Other,
value ladder. I will tell you one thing to all of you guys is that keep it simple. Uh, um, Start with a VIP package that you can really help them at the highest level. Get them to solve whatever pain point they have as soon as possible in a group setting. And of course, there will be those that would want more hands-on, one-on-one, help access to you, and that can be your VIP offer, for example. You know,
is
Yeah.
that from the challenge itself, like within the
challenge is free.
challenge
The challenge
itself?
is free. The challenge is basically my funnel, so to speak, is very simple. Uh, I get people from my podcast, from the Facebook groups.
Right.
I get on
Mhm.
calls with them, and then I invite them to my free challenges. On the free challenge of
Mhm.
5 days, I show them all. I show them how they can leverage a podcast, whether they have a podcast but haven't been able to monetize it, or if they haven't got one yet. And then at the end of the
Mhm.
challenge, make them an offer, an invitation to come work with you inside the academy, just like you guys. And then at the end of the academy, you can offer them a VIP to go deeper and whatnot, one on
Okay.
one. And of course, the one on ones, the smaller groups, the mastermind will be much more higher priced because in that for that people will be paying you. And your initial program, people will pay you for transformation and speed, and for the VIP, they will pay you for access to you, one on one mentoring.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
I would
Good.
not recommend having. Always remember this, guys. The rule of the 6 1s: one business, one avatar, one offer, one traffic source, one platform, 1 year. Because the more offers you have, the more you will confuse your audience, and a confused audience, you're never gonna hear them again, let alone have anything
Right.
buy from you. So
Okay.
again,
So when I hear you say that is, sorry, continue. I'm
go
sorry. I
ahead, go
thought
ahead,
you
go
were
ahead,
finished.
go ahead, go ahead.
When you say to have one offer, that's what we're offering from our 5-day challenge. There's our offer, the same one each time. That's what you're saying. And
Yeah,
it's not to say that we won't have other things going on or whatever,
yeah,
but
yeah.
in that case, that's what we're offering them
That's right.
consistently, not not something different every challenge, or in the challenge saying, okay, I've got this, this, and this. It's just here's the challenge, here's
Yeah.
the 5-day challenge, here's my offer, and it's the same thing. Okay.
Like my challenge has been running it for almost 2 years now. The first challenge was in January of 2024, so almost 2 years. And the challenge has been pretty much the first year, it was pretty much the same. Launch your podcast in 3 weeks. And then the second year, the focus has been on the monetization, getting clients. The content is pretty much the same. Well, it's and well, sorry, no, let me rephrase that. It's not the same. It's gonna evolve as your knowledge expands, as you get to see different ways of helping a client. Of course, you want to share that inside your challenge and even more inside the academy. The challenge is basically an opportunity over 5 days to what's the word that Russell Brunson uses to just have a blank right now to but anyways, to really display your expertise, build your trust and rapport over 5 days as opposed to just one day on a webinar, you know?
Mhm.
And 5-day challenge is the best, fastest way, most reliable way to get high ticket clients because they get, speaking of that, at the end of each class, I have a graduation party just like you guys are now. And we'll have after this, when I ask him, and I asked all the students in the past, would you have joined the academy if I had not done a 5-day challenge? Guess how many said yes? Exactly, big fat zero. Because the challenge is what really, in a way, sells them. Because it gives you 5 days to share your story, build trust, rapport, and display your expertise. And as I mentioned earlier, over 5 days, you get the opportunity to educate them. What is the problem? Why the problem is here in the first place? What's going to happen if they don't take any action? And then, most importantly, make them believe, hey, I can do this. This works for me. That's the ultimate hurdle, the last hurdle before they actually opens the wallet. So this is why your 5-day challenge is basically where the magic happens. It's the most important part of your funnel. So the simplest you get it, keep it, the better. For example, you mentioned, Diana, that you watched my testimonials on my website.
Yeah.
My website is very simple. A header, there's a picture. I will replace that with a video of me explaining why am I what I do, and then only testimonials. And at the bottom, one question: are you ready to sign up? Or in your case, it could be, are you ready to be next? If yes, book a call or sign up for free, whatever. So the simpler you keep it, the better it's going to be.
Right.
Don't try to overcomplicate. One pain point, one person, one offer. Always remember the rule of the 6 once. I would recommend you guys print that somewhere, you memorize it so as to not to get distracted because distraction is the fastest way for you to go nowhere, and especially in business. And let me warn you, once you start getting traction, even in initial phases, you're gonna get bombarded with people saying, "Oh, Diana, Lorna, check this. You should try this. Do this. Do this. Oh, let's do this. This would be amazing." At first, I used to say, "Oh, yes, absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it." And that was one of my lessons to learn: to put myself first, to have boundaries, to say no. Because each time you say yes to someone to another offer, guess what you're saying no to your business, to yourself, and vice versa. When you say no to others, distractions, no matter how shiny, how attractive, how sexy they may look, you're saying yes to yourself, to your business. I get pitched approach all day long. My default answer is thank you very much. I'm honored. But this is not aligned. My focus is my business. I've worked too hard to try something else. And now that I'm finally getting traction, I want to go all in. So the same thing for you. Keep it simple, keep it focused. One offer. If you have multiple offers, build your program, your business around the signature, the VIP. Because you want to be able to offer them the highest level of transformation. That's where people will not only pay you more, but also you will get the highest results, the best results. Like, for example, there's only 2 of us, and I'm so happy because I really get to know you guys deeply and really help you at the highest level. As opposed to last year when I had classes, I had 60 people in the challenge. I had 20 people in the academy. It was fun, a lot of money, but I wasn't able to really go deep with the people.
Mhm. So it's remembering the six, one pain point, one person, one platform,
So
one
let me
business.
repeat that. I will post in the WhatsApp group. One business, one offer, one avatar, one traffic source, one platform, 1 year. I will write it. Let me write it right now in the chat. 1 second.
What's the difference when you said traffic source? Is that platform or no?
No, traffic source can be, for example, in a way, yes. But some people can, especially once you get to driving traffic and paid ads.
Mm,
Are you running ads on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram, whatever?
got it,
That's what I mean, traffic source.
got
Where
it,
is where are your views coming from? And
got it.
speaking of platforms, while 99% of people are trying to post 200 times a day and be across all the different platforms, I would not recommend that
Right.
because it's a waste of your time. Instead, identify again, going back to first week. What's your zone of genius? That's going to determine what's the pain point you're solving for who and where is that person hanging out the most. Once you've identified the platform where that person is hanging out the most, then you don't become just present, you become omnipresent on that one platform. You own that. For example, for
Right.
me, it's Facebook groups, and my platform is YouTube.
Mm,
And this is why I don't have much presence on audio podcast because it's mostly YouTube for me.
right.
So again, be omnipresent on one platform, the platform where your audience are hanging out the most.
Okay.
So,
Silly example. Let's say you're looking for a beautiful handbag. Are you gonna go to the shoe market for that? Are you gonna go to the meat market for that? No, you're gonna go to the handbag market. Same thing here. Identify where is your audience hang out the most, and you become omnipresent on that one platform. You dominate that. You corner that market. Make sense?
Yep.
it does, yeah. So to help me understand, when you talked about you're on Facebook, you use that, and you use YouTube.
As my
So
platform, yeah.
okay, so go where your audience is. For you, it's Facebook, and then your platform you're doing is the
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay, okay.
So it's like your
That
traffic source is Facebook,
Yeah. Yeah.
and your platform is YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
You're a smart cookie, Diana. You too, Lorna. You guys are smart cookies. So again, let's not overthink it. One video that really blew my mind was, I'm just gonna share the title. Why less intelligent people are so much more successful than you? It's
Mm,
because the smarter you are, the more you question everything, the more you overthink. As opposed to those that are not as intelligent or as smart or whatever, to just do it, just take action. Imperfect
yeah.
action beats all day long perfect inaction.
Right.
You know, that makes sense. I heard something. I was on a webinar last week, and she talked about people who are intelligent, and she said, and all of you are very much so. She said that those times where you come up against something where it feels a bit of a challenge, you know, and there's that piece that your logical mind is so used to using your intelligence to figure out, okay, how do we stay safe? How do we do all of this? How do these things get done? That it's going to use that same logic and leverage in the intelligence to create reasons why I can't do it or how to stay away from it. So it was a fascinating perspective
Yeah.
to see why it's so, yeah.
It's all about asking yourself the right question instead of asking,
Mhm.
looking for all the reasons why it's not going to work. Ask yourself, what if this works?
Yeah.
How can I make this work? As opposed to why it
Right.
shouldn't
So
work.
that famous better questions, you get better answers.
And my
Mhm.
TED Talk is all about that. The two things that saved my life, literally, one, asking the right question, Instead of asking, what have I done to deserve this? Why? Ask,
Yeah.
what is this trying to teach me? What is the lesson for me to
Mhm.
learn to that? These two questions. And I would add a third one. What is this trying to tell me?
Mm.
That's for when you're looking at your life, especially the very painful, tragic, heartbreaking phase of your life. If you were to look at them to the perspective of those three questions, what was that trying to tell me? What was it trying to teach me? What was the lesson for me to learn to that? Then you will see them for what they were. Truly beautiful and valuable gifts. Nothing
Mhm.
happens to you,
Mhm.
but for you.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah,
And
for
as
sure.
as an educator of 2,000 year experience, Diana, you know that the difference. What's the difference between life and school?
Oh, I know that. Oh God.
In school, they teach you first, then you get
Yeah,
the, in school,
yeah,
you
and
get the lesson and whatever, but in life is the other way
you get
around.
the lesson, and then the thing, life is you get, yes, it's like the opposite. So
Yeah.
true.
And if you
Cool.
don't pass it in life, guess what? You go to it again and again and harder
Yeah,
each time
right.
Mhm. Yeah,
until
Like a
once you
test.
master that, then you graduate and never face that again.
I
right.
think too, like Arthur Brooks always talks about that, how when something happens to you, he said, write it down. And I promise you, in 30 days, 1 month from the time it happened, ask yourself, what did I learn from this? And then like 3 months later, ask yourself,
Cool.
why was this beneficial in my life? Why am I glad this happened? And he's like, you'll be shocked how,
I love that.
when you're in it, you think it's the worst. And then when you step away 30 days and then 90 days, and
Wow.
it's true. I've done it a few times and it's quite true.
Yeah.
Mm. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Writing that down. Thank you. I shall do that. Payman, last question is you talk about us putting things into the US dollars. What payment processing thing do you
Great
use that
question.
allows you to do that?
So the obvious one is Stripe, but let me warn you, Stripe is very expensive. Like for example, on a $2,500 US, it cost me $250 in fees, 10%. So
Mm.
what I do, there's a beautiful app called Wise.
Okay.
It's international. I'll send you guys a link to register today.
Thank
And
you.
with Wise, once you've it's an app. Download it, upload your information, your details to verify you, then link it to your bank account. You just transfer money from your bank account to your Wise account, and you can pay money and receive money within seconds. So, for example, the same $2,500 transaction on Wise cost me $2.50 versus $250, and on Stripe
Wow.
you'd have to wait up to 5 to 7 business days to get the money, whereas
Mhm.
on Wise once you verify it within seconds.
Mm.
I have
Okay.
clients from the UK pay me $3,000 and I get the money within literally instant and right away. And I pay literally
Okay.
pennies. So I
Okay.
recommend you guys use Wise. And also
Okay.
Wise delivers you actually a debit card. It's a green card. And that card, I've stopped using my debit card from my bank in Canada because it was killing me in fees. Whereas Wise, when you withdraw money from ATM, especially if you travel, it doesn't charge you any fees. The only fees you pay is the fee that the
Mm.
machine charges you. Before that, with
Mm.
my bank in Canada, CIBC, I used to see like $80, $90 service fees. What's those service fees? Because they charge me $1.50 per transaction after that. After
Mm.
apparently I have an account that gives me 12 transaction per month for free. Any transaction over that is $1.50. I didn't know it. So say $80, $90 service fee. What is that? So I've stopped using my debit card altogether. I just use my Wise card. Let me actually show you. It's a beautiful
Okay.
card. This baby right here. Wise card.
Mm.
If you-
Okay. Okay.
This is a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Get it. It's free. They
Okay.
send you a debit card for free to your
Okay.
house within 2 weeks. Once you've uploaded, I'll send you the link to sign up. Once you've uploaded all your documentations to get verified, You simply link it to your bank account and you feed it. And me, nowadays, honestly, my staff, I pay them through Wise. My clients, even moving on from 2026, my preferred method of payment is Wise because Wise saves, sorry, yeah, it saves me literally $250 per transaction.
Right.
So,
Just significant
but
for sure. Okay. And
when you
Mhm.
start, yes, I have a link, create an account on Stripe because Stripe where people can pay with a credit card online. This is how you joined, for example, Diana. You put your credit card and all that. It was on Stripe.
Mhm.
And but anyways, I have a Stripe. Stripe gives people at least initially a peace of mind that they're using something they're familiar. But more and more people are moving towards Wise because Wise is a no-brainer. What would you rather pay? $250 in fees or just $2.50? Would you like to
Yeah.
wait 7 days or just right away?
So
And
you didn't give me Wise because you thought like people are not as that people get nervous like.
and also because for people in the US, it's more difficult because it asks you to upload your information, your social security number. Some people may or may not be okay with that, but I can tell you I have had quite a few clients from the US use Wise and it's seamless. You just need to upload your information. For example, for me as a Canadian, I had to upload my passport page. It's okay. It's for verification.
Hmm.
So highly recommend. I will send you guys a link. Actually, let me do it right now. I'll share it in the WhatsApp group. Wise.
Okay.
Did it. And here's another. Okay, yeah. Wise. Let me see. Come on. Why is it not recognize my face? Okay. Did it. Okay, right here. Where are you guys? Okay. Yeah, I just shared my link. Use that to sign up for Wise tonight, tomorrow, whatever. And once you see how amazing Wise is, you may altogether stop using your debit card. Why would you keep paying fees for the bank? Like for example, I don't even carry my debit card from my main bank in Canada anymore. I only use it when really, really, really necessary.
Right. Because I even thought like I've done things too, like when I've took a class or something, the girl, because she works full time and she does the coaching on the side, she doesn't have like Calendly or anything because she doesn't really have the availability all
Hmm.
day. Right. So it's more like, if you want to work with me, fill this out and I'll get back to you. And then like I would email you and say, hi, payment, let me know when you're available. We'll have a quick call, blah, blah, blah. And then when it came to payment, she said, feel free to send me Venmo, Zelle, as opposed to having something automatically. So I was actually just looking at that. Like, do I want to do that? Like, this is not like a full-time thing, yet because I'm teaching. So this is like nighttime weekends. Um, so I was like, do I do it that way or do I do like an automatic payment? Then I know somebody sent me like a PayPal separately to collect. That's
PayPal is the
another
same.
option.
PayPal is
All
the
the
same. A lot of fees, and once you start making a lot of money, they
yeah,
can freeze your account without any reason, and it takes 6 months even to get anything. So when you're starting, when you're making little money, PayPal can be good, but their fees can be high. PayPal, the main reason PayPal is so popular is because it's very popular. People use it. I mean, PayPal has been around for 20 plus years.
right.
It was the first big breakthrough that Elon Musk had. It was the first big company.
Right.
So, but yeah, start with maybe have that option of a credit card, Stripe. But what you can do, you can offer them an incentive not to use a credit card, but instead use Wise. Like say discount or 1 hour coaching with you or extra bonuses, whatever. So you save yourself depending on how much you charge. For example, for me, when you signed up, Diana, I paid $250 in fees to freaking Stripe.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I know it's 10%,
Yeah, it's a
but
lot.
I didn't want to scare you off. So I said, okay, let's let her join and I'll tell you after.
That was funny. It's so funny you say this. After when you said, okay, here's the thing, here's the link, send me the money. I
Yes.
sent you the money, right? And the next day I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I don't even have like a receipt. I didn't like sign anything. I swear, I'm like, Lorna, I was just like, oh my God, I just put 2,500 out, I was hysterical. And then I was like, I trust payment. I know he's good, but like for a moment, I was
I know,
like,
I know.
think about it. You like, he could be like gone.
So imagine if I had told you about this app, Wise, if it, who is that,
Yeah, I would have been like, I don't know. I have to still say though, 2 years ago I met you, and it's just like I don't know, the smile. It's like just your heart. I'm always like, no, I really did. I woke up, I'm like, no, he's good,
Thank you.
and here we are. But like, I did wake up. I'm like, I've never done that before.
Hey, did I send you a receipt by any chance? I think I did.
No,
No? Okay, I'll,
no,
I'll get that today. I'll get it before
no.
the end of the year, okay?
Yeah, like
Well, you trust me now, right? You trust me. I
I
hope
do.
so.
I trust you, clearly.
No, but jokes aside, but yeah, so highly recommend initially have the Stripe just for peace of mind when you get started and also to get more comfortable, get testimonials, build credibility. And as soon as you can,
So you're saying that's better than just telling people to go to Venmo?
I haven't used Venmo myself, so I have no idea. The thing is, there's plenty of options. Shop around to see which one is the best, you're more comfortable with, and also your clients are more comfortable with. So for me, I get on call with someone, I build rapport and trust, and if I see that they're cool, I offer them right away, Wise. But if it's okay. Just get the business, build the trust, deliver, show that, blow their mind away, and then for the next thing you have for them, offer them Wise. It's as we say in business, the cost of doing business.
Right, but Wise is really no benefit to them. It's just a benefit that I'm not paying the fees.
And for them, it's literally you can offer them an incentive. Hey, if you pay by Wise, you
Right,
get one extra call with me, or an extra bonus, or
right,
discount. I Speaking of that, as I mentioned in the program, do not use the words off or discount. Instead, use scholarship.
right.
Like, let's
Yeah,
say your program is $5,000, so I'm going to offer you a $1,000 scholarship because discount and off, that's what everybody's doing. You want to separate yourself from others, differentiate yourself, and also it makes it more sound better. A scholarship versus a cheesy discount or off, And if you use the word scholarship to keep things congruent, you can use your tuition as opposed to your investment. That's why I use scholarship and tuition. And that's something that may resonate with you, Diana, as an educator, to use
right.
scholarship and tuition.
And you say tuition instead of
Investment.
cost or
Yeah.
right,
And also because when you use investment, it's when I would use the word investment once you start charging $10,000 or more.
right,
Because when you're using less than 10,000, it's pretty much the same as what you would pay for tuition.
right. Okay. Got it. Okay. I also started working on a website a few months ago.
Hmm.
What's your feelings? And I know it's ultimately up to me, but I'm just curious, your feelings on a name, your name just being my name versus like a brand name.
Really up to you.
Yeah.
Depends on how you want to brand yourself. Do you want to be the face of the brand yourself? One thing that I can tell you from day one, build for success. What does that mean? Have an exit strategy in mind. One of the things that blew my mind away last year, I was at a conference here in Vietnam. There was a talk by a company called Flippa. Flippa, what they do is they sell businesses, especially online, mostly e-commerce. But I asked them, hey, do coaching businesses qualify for to be sold? And she said, absolutely. But here's a caveat. Build a brand. Do not be yourself the face of the brand because you cannot sell yourself. You know?
Mm.
And that's one of the reasons that I'm happy that my brand is called Leaders with a Heart and not Payment Lorenzo. Because Leaders with a Heart, I can sell it.
Right.
And once you, so plan for success, have a exit a strategy. Um, and once you have 2 years, even 1 year of increasing revenue, you can sell your business for up to 3 times annual income, annual revenue. There's a marketplace for that. It's called Flippa. There's quite a
Right.
few, but that's the one that I met at that conference. So you can definitely sell a coaching business, but if you want to sell a coaching business, it's highly recommended for you not to be the face of the brand. For example, your name, because you cannot sell your name, you cannot sell yourself. But a brand,
Yeah.
yes. So again, depends on your goal objective. It's great to have an exit strategy in mind, plan for success from day one. And success can be having a nice 6, 7 figure exit, say in 2, 3 years from now.
Mm.
And that's not a pipe dream. As long as you can build a business that shows continuous increasing growth and revenue, the most valuable thing in your business will be your customer list. That's why it's important to build an email list as soon as possible.
Oh boy, that's confusing now.
Start with day one. Listen, if I can comfort you, I still don't have a website myself. I only have one website, which is the one for people to sign up for the free challenge. And at the end, they have a link. They can a sales page. They can join the academy. That's all I have as far as a website. You don't have to go and spend thousands of dollars and months building a fancy website with bells and whistles. You don't have to.
Oh yeah,
But
no, mine's not fancy. It's just I mean it's just deciding if I want to be Diane. I had like Rooted in Love was originally my
yeah,
and then it was the domain was taken, so then I had to make it be Rooted in Love.
okay,
And I don't
that's
know,
beautiful.
I don't know if I like the B, and then I just said maybe I'll just do my name
So be
and
rooted
then
in
I'm like,
love. How is that? Is that aligned with you helping
yeah,
parents and their kids?
yeah, no. So that's why I said I don't really think it's um I don't think it like ties in. Then when I was thinking
Yeah.
like a podcast name, it was like Tender Roots, meaning like children.
Look at the bonus content day 2 of week 2, where I go about the different types of
Yeah,
names.
yeah.
You can use your name, you can use a keyword, you can use a fancy name, you can use different variations of it.
I know. I've been going back and forth. I was name, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? What if I just use my name? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's still like, I don't know. And I don't want to like overthink it, but
Keep in
you
mind
know,
that what we need is just a starting point. It can always evolve and change.
right. But when you just said think like exit strategy, do you want to sell it? I can't say I had any of those thoughts going through my head when I was thinking of it. I
Me
was trying to
neither.
think, I was thinking of, I was thinking of something that's like be rooted in love is kind of like rooted in love. Obviously, it's, biblical in the sense of what it means, but like, does it really speak to, say, my client in a sense?
Yeah.
Not so much. Um, and then I had like Diana Lorenzo where heart meets soul or something like that. So then I thought like, I don't know. I have to decide, but
Yeah.
I guess I could always switch it in
Exactly.
a
You can
sense
always do a
because it's just
facelift, a relaunch,
all right.
So don't overthink, just have a starting point. Just like for the value statement and all that, what we're looking here is just to have a starting point because it is going to change. It's part of the game. Like for me, when I started, I want to work with male entrepreneurs. And within a month, I noticed 95% of my clients are you ladies. Do you
Right.
see any other guys other than me in here? No. Same.
Right.
That's why. So again, it is going to happen. What we're looking for is a starting point. It is going to evolve. Pay close attention to the data you're getting from the market, and the most valuable data is the one from paying clients.
Right.
All right. Let's take a quick 5-minute break before the party. It's going to be very short. I have another call at 9 o'clock, but we're going to, not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes,
Okay.
just a pit stop. Okay.
Okay.
See you guys.